Here we are. Welcome back. DailyBee with Maddie B. Here's the camera over here, not over there. Episode number 9, we've got Nicola Syme talking about love, relationships, expressing, receiving, finding the man of your dreams. So I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be the first time that me and Nicola have actually spoken face to face. And I'm going to probably learn a thing or two about love and relationships. So this will be fun. This will be very, very fun. Hey, Renee. Hello, Amy. Thanks for joining us. Those that haven't seen, go and check out episode number 7 and 8 with Renee Kosh, who's here with us today. We spoke about all sorts of stuff from overcoming addictions, abuse, limiting personal power to really finding yourself and finding your power, which is absolutely amazing, great conversation. So thanks, Renee. Thanks, guys. Let's have a look here. Hello, hello, hello. Is that Samantha and Nicola? Hey, guys. All right, I'll just bring you in now. Nicola? Add. Boom. I'm excited and nervous, actually. I feel like you girls are going to be able to use me, and I'm going to learn a thing or two about love and relationships here with Nicola. Hey, there she is.
Hey,
How are you?
hey. I'm,
I'm very good. What's
mate.
happening?
So good. So
Kid?
good.
Yeah? I love the colours.
Isn't it beautiful?
Thanks for joining me. It is absolutely beautiful. The tree of life.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. I saw you. We did the 5-day sort of awakening course with Kate Shipley, and yeah, like your energy and just your interactions. What came out is just there's some people that just speak to you. Some people that just really they just attract you to you like a moth to a flame, and I think just your energy, the passion that you speak with, the fact that I'm on this journey of really exposing myself, finding my truth, and allowing myself to open up and express myself completely openly as me. And to see someone like yourself that's just oh shit, that comes on and does that straight away is epic. Give me 1 sec. I just spilled my freaking coffee everywhere.
It's all perfect.
Now,
Thank you. I received that.
it is all perfect.
Take your time. Take your time.
Okay, actually no.
Take your time. Sort
Give me
yourself
1
out. Yeah.
sec.
Hi, everybody
Would
jumping
you
on.
like to
I'm Nikki.
take control? Let people know who you are, what are you up to, and yeah, exactly what's going on
Beautiful.
there.
All under control.
Okay,
Sort
one
yourself
sec.
out. So as Matt said, we connected through a 5-day challenge that we did with the beautiful Kate Shiffy Gray called Ancient Awakening. If you haven't checked her out, please go and check her out. She is like amazing. So my name is Nikki. I am a love coach. So I work with women who are feeling a bit lost, really needing to come home to themselves, and are really wanting to attract an incredible soulmate connection with a partner, but keep attracting the wrong guys and they don't know why. So I help them really reconnect back to themselves, fall madly in love with self, to then actually be able to attract in love from that space. I freaking love what I do. Make sure if you're jumping on too that you're saying hello. I get so much fulfillment out of seeing women really step into their power and own their worth, and just really realize and come home to themselves and realize just how fucking incredible they are. I swear quite a lot. So if you don't like swearing, you should probably jump off now, because, that's me.
They wouldn't be here in the first place if they didn't like it.
Awesome.
I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Mate, I just had the most incredible weekend. Yeah. We did. I went to Bridge Extreme.
Oh, the leadership, the extreme leadership. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Ego annihilation completely. Yeah. It was amazing. Just 3 days of going in. going deep. Highly recommend it to
So for
anyone.
those guys that don't know, Preston Smiles and
Alexi
Alexi
Panos.
Panosh, yeah, hold some amazing experiences and put on these amazing weekends for people to basically, yeah, exactly that. So you want to share a little bit about your experience and where you were before this weekend and where you feel like you are right now?
Yes. So, well, I did bridge in
So cool.
I did bridge last year in January, and I had I think it must have been, well, I was pregnant, so he must have been a 4-month-old, and then I was pregnant as well. And I went into that and
Yeah.
had a few shifts and some good stuff come out, but I knew that going into this, like my sole intention was to just face off with my shit, like totally face off with anything that came up and just go there and be
So
willing to
intense.
go there. And holy crap, like
Okay.
I just feel like I've been reborn again. Like, and it's just, oh, it's absolutely amazing, incredible. So it's basically ego annihilation. Like they just crack away and they chip away, and they do it in such a way where it's really beautifully structured. So it's like one thing after another that just gradually goes knack, 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 and leaves you just feeling like, what the fuck just happened? But just like I'm just in this bliss bubble of so good, incredible. So highly recommend it.
Of just you, of just being you.
Yeah, amazing. And just for if you're in that,
so before this, no, yeah, go.
if you're in that kind of like leadership space and you're really wanting to up level to be able to serve at an even like deeper and higher level, definitely look into it. The bridge experience, and then you have to do the bridge to be able to do the extreme.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So you were already pretty full on as far as someone that expresses themselves, open, energy, someone that's willing to go down any sort of conversation route. And I say this, someone that like, well, this is the first time we've spoken face to face, but I can pick that up from, what the short time we have been sort of in each other's lives online, but to level that up from where you were to where you feel like you are now, I can only imagine that the roof has just been blown off this motherfucker.
Yeah, there is just zero fucks given anymore. It's gone. Like that whole, because there was still lingering stuff, and I found myself that I was still showing up in a way that it was like, well, I can't say that in case I piss someone off, and still wanting to kind of.
Can you share some specifics?
I'm just wanting to be perceived as kind of the nice girl and everybody liked by everyone, and I am. Like, I'm a beautiful person, and I know that. But then sometimes wanting to really like push people's boundaries, but I would hold back a little bit in fear of actually pushing them to the point where they didn't like me, or they kind of went, you're an asshole, and walked away. So yeah, it's just this whole kind of new level, and it's still landing, and there's still a lot kind of processing and a lot downloading, and I'm unpacking everything. But it was a real like, my biggest takeaway was probably to choose me. And that was like, there's still areas in my life where I haven't been choosing myself, and that was my biggest breakthrough.
Yeah.
I think, and especially as women and as mums, like we tend to give, and burn out, and then forget that we've got to look after ourselves as well. And it was amazing because through the 3 days, there was times where they were like, think of someone and express gratitude for them. And every time I would think of my kids, and I think of my partner. And then on the final one, we did this incredible breathwork exercise. And on the final one, it finally landed for me. And it was amazing. It was such a beautiful moment that she said to us, now think of someone that you're really grateful for. And I noticed my mind automatically go to my partner, and I caught it and was like, no, fuck that. Me, I choose me. I'm fucking grateful for me. I fucking love myself. I'm pouring all of my love into me. And I just knew in that moment, I was like, this is a game changer. Like massive game changer.
Yes. Yeah, that's so fucking cool. And I think the moment that you realize that, like, when, for me, I think it was actually this mate, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. I learned some transcendental meditation, and he's all about just being expression of yourself. The best way that you can contribute to the world, the best way you can contribute to your family, to your loved ones, the best way that you can live your purpose and your passions is by being 100% yourself. That and the book, The Way of the Superior Man, also just helped me recognize that doesn't matter if I'm going to hurt someone's feelings. It doesn't matter if someone doesn't agree with me or if I offend someone. What matters is that I'm being true to myself, because even in that moment of pain that someone might feel, or offense that someone might feel from me and me expressing myself, I'm actually still showing them that it's okay to be you. It's okay for you to be offended. It's okay for you to be hurt, because you need to go out there and be your best self and not give any fucks and express yourself completely and wholly and openly and fully, so that from that point you can then pass that on to other people and share your gift with the world. Not everyone's going to love us, but it's our job to really be ourselves, just be. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Fucking awesome. And it's really cool to hear you say that as well.
And remembering too that, you know, the stuff that, like, if we trigger stuff in other people, it's not ours. It's their shit, you know, and it's up to them how they choose to respond to that. Either whether they go, 100%. Well, fuck you, you're an asshole, I'm not listening to that, or whether they go, oh shit, okay, I'm being triggered. So what's actually going on inside of me? What do I get to look at now inside of me that needs to be healed still?
It's 100%, and it's so easy to go, oh no, you're just, this thing outside of me is triggering me. It's that thing. I need to just get rid of that thing or make that go away from my life. But yeah. But no, it's any trigger is that something inside that needs to be fucking looked at. It needs to be owned. It needs to be loved. It's not happening. So that's it's funny you say that, because the shit been going on lately in my life, it's exactly on tee with that.
You're triggering, or you're being triggered?
It's very pertinent. I'm triggering. Of course, I'm triggering. Oh, both. I have been triggered as well. So yeah, in my own way, I recognize when I get triggered. All right, what the fuck's going on, Maddie? How is this mirroring what's going on inside of you? What do you need to learn here? What's happening?
Yes.
Very quick to self-assess.
Beautiful.
But it's easy. But I do see it's hard. Majority of people, they don't. They just want, get the trigger out, go away.
Yeah.
Leave me here in my little.
It's your fault. It's your fault. That I'm feeling
everyone's
like
on their own
this.
journey. Yeah.
It's like, well, no, bub, it's not. It's your opportunity to look in. But there's still so many people still waking up, you know, and it's beautiful that we get to lead in that way. And one of the main things that kind of came out was that Alexia and Preston both say, you know, leadership is unreasonable, and it's so true. Like. So true. We've got to be the ones that are willing to step up into those spaces that feel really uncomfortable, like pushing ourselves. Like, I'm full of hay fever tonight. I've got something in my eye that's scratching the crap out of it, but I'm here because this is my purpose and this is my passion and this is what's fucking important. And leadership is unreasonable. And it's the same with, you know, with working with people. It's up to us to be the ones that push them to step further into their greatness, because otherwise I feel like I'm doing them a disservice. Like, if I'm not pushing them to the point where they're almost breaking and they're actually getting breakthroughs, then what am I doing?
Fuck yeah. People are, the majority of people around us and around others are too quick to just support their bullshit. To enable them to just keep going down that path, making up their fucking excuses, blaming everything else, justifying their shit. And it is literally our unreasonable nature to come up to someone and say, pull your fucking head in, mate, and look at yourself.
Yeah. What can you learn from what is going on right now?
Awesome. Yeah.
You can either choose to stay in your shit.
Talk to me about the work you do.
All right, let's.
How does this relate to the women in your life? I feel like I'm a little bit nervous actually chatting to you, because I feel like I'm going to get some truth bombs and some stuff brought up. I might learn.
Might trigger you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let me know if I do.
Yeah,
so
I'm always up for being pushed out of my comfort zone.
I love that. So the work I do is very much really connecting women back to heart space, back to themselves. That's a nice bit. By way of really digging in and finding, you know, tapping right into that stuff that's really holding them back. So I love just fucking annihilating stories and challenging and pushing through beliefs that this limiting stuff that we carry. And my personal journey was very much that I had these beliefs around how I deserved to be treated, and my relationships with men reflected that. And I also often found that, you know, I would be in these really unhealthy relationships and I would stay in them because it felt so comfortable, but it was freaking horrible. Like, it was a really horrific experience mentally for me, by way of, you know, really codependent, really insecure, jealous, just crazy psycho stuff flying off the handle all the time. Like, it was really unhealthy. Or I would then attract really beautiful men into my life when I'm in a good space and I'd done the work. So it would often happen, I'd be in a relationship, I'd come out and do all this work on myself, and I'm like, oh, I feel great, you know, this is amazing. And then I would get into a relationship and attract a really beautiful man, triggered to fuckery, and I'd be like, I'm done. Self-sabotage, out. Because I wasn't willing to actually do the work, and the relationship is where it actually matters. And I'm like, but I'm so good by myself. I'm just going to stay single because, you know, I'm so good by myself. Like, it's just the guys. It's the guys' fault. And I'm just like, whoa, like, I look back on it now and just go, that's hilarious, because the guy that I'm with now is fucking amazing. And the most growth I've ever experienced has been in the relationship with him. I did a crap load of work on my,
Isn't that interesting?
And I did a crap load. Like, my last relationship before meeting Gary was really bad. It was a punishment. I was self-punishing for having cheated on the nice guy before to sabotage the nice relationship. Or the good relationship. Good, I don't like to label.
And has this one got challenges still? Like, you've still had triggers that you've had to work through, but you've actually maintained.
Fuck yeah, he triggers the fuck out of me.
Seen it run away?
Fuck. Like, way more than anyone else. But I'm willing to go there. And that's
so the guy that triggers you the most, is
the one that I'm fucking madly in love with and will spend my life with. I'm choosing him. But yeah, he's the one that triggers the fuck out of me. But the guy before him, oh God, he was horrific. So as I said, it was a punishment thing. So I was really fit. I came out of doing a half Ironman, met this guy who was an alcoholic, drug taker, weed smoker, like every single day, coffee, 1 million coffees a day, cigarette smoker.
Sounds like me a few years ago.
I'm just like dove straight in, 6 months. Next thing I know, I'm drinking every night. I'm smoking like weed every night. 1 million coffees a day, and just like this crazy person going, what the hell? And it was really weird because I was actually felt like I was outside of my body, looking in and watching myself go through this. I'm like, Nick, what are you doing? But I couldn't stop. It was such an automatic thing. And that was horrific. That got violent. And it was really uncool. And my girlfriend at the time was just like, she grabbed me one day and she was just like, Nick, this has got to stop. Like, what are you doing? You know that this guy is not for you. And that was my wake up call to send me into I shut off completely from all men. I removed all dating apps. I removed all my backup plans. I had no men in my life for the first time in my life. I was completely alone, and it fucking terrified me because I'd never been there. I told my best friend that I'd been in love with him for like 15 years, and I had to remove him from my life. I had to remove my ex that I was still holding a flame for. And I'm like, God, I can't keep communicating with you because I secretly want to get back with you. And he's like, okay, cool. See ya, because he had a new girlfriend. So I was hoping to break them up. Like, this is how fucked I was. Not fucked. This is how...
How fucked we are.
How fucked we are. And how much pain I was in. How much suffering I was in. So I had all of these men in my life.
I know there's people watching that are the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone. I'm sure people can relate to this. But yeah, so I had all of these men in my life that were just kind of hovering around me, that were just preventing me from actually really doing the work on myself, the deep inner work. So I cleared all that out and I went on a journey into self for 7 months, and it was the best thing I could have ever done. And I'm just so grateful for my friend for calling me forward like that, and for my self-awareness too, to know that I needed to just stop and really drop into coming back to myself and creating that love for myself. And I got to the point when I finally decided to start dating again, I was at the point where I was like, I don't actually care if I never meet anyone ever in my life. I will be so happy being single by myself because I just was so in love with me. Also, I thought, but I'll get to that later. So then Yeah, a couple of like a
Well, say also, I thought,
yeah, I'll get to you. I've just had a recent breakthrough, which I'm going to share with you as well. Um,
okay, cool. All right, cool.
yeah. So
We're very aligned, by the way, in a lot of things.
yeah, awesome, cool. I'm glad it's resonating.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I got to that point, and then I was like, cool. So I'm a woman. I got needs. I wanted to get some dick, and decided to kind of put myself out there a
Yeah.
bit to have a bit of fun, and was really intentional. I was like, yep, this is what I'm looking for. This is all I'm after. If you want to do that, cool, come over. Let's have some fun. If not, sweet. And then yeah, 2 weeks. There was the Cairns Ironman on up in Cairns, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bag me an Ironman for the weekend. And I met Gary.
Boom.
Yeah. So we literally
You
met.
open yourself up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just was in such a space of I wasn't looking for it anymore. I didn't give a fuck if I ever met anyone in my life. I just wanted to have fun. I wanted my needs met, and I was so
Yeah.
fucking happy. Like my energy had shifted from that searching, that desperation, or I need a man, I need a man, I need a man, to I don't fucking need anyone but myself. Like I am all I need. And if someone else comes in, amazing. But if they don't, amazing, And that's the game changer.
Yeah.
Getting to that point, because then you don't.
Yeah.
It raises your vibration. Like when we're down here in desperation and constantly seeking outside of ourselves for someone to complete us, then all we're going to attract is another person who reflects what's going on inside of us. So getting ourselves to that point where we're perfect, whole and complete, but not finished yet, is the game changer, where you don't feel that need for someone there. And if someone does come in, they're an added bonus to what you've already created in your life and within internally. So that's
making sense.
epic.
Okay.
And we met.
And the game changer. And what was the next breakthrough? The thing you had to learn?
Yeah. So recently, I know that I have a high level of self-love. But recently I went to an event. It was only a couple of weeks ago, actually. And I've kind of had some stuff. I got massively triggered in this business group that I'm in around sister wounds and stuff. And I was like, oh, fuck, I thought I dealt with this shit. What the fuck? And then I was like, right, I'm going to throw myself deep into this, and faced off with it all, and went to this event, which was called Activate Your Female Power, which was run by the self-love movement here in Brisbane. And the speaker was called Sharon Maloney, and she is a goddess, absolute goddess. She's beautiful, but she does a lot of work with women around fertility and their menstrual cycles and connecting to that stuff. And what came up for me was that while I had this really beautiful level of self-love and worth, I've been still rejecting myself in regards to a part of me that's so natural, like my womb, my menstrual cycle. And I was still, getting my period every month and going, fuck, I hate my period. This is fucked. So still rejecting that part of myself and still not loving a part of me that's so natural. So that was like
so many women do that.
So many women. Well, it's programmed into us. And it's programmed into you guys that periods are disgusting. Blood is disgusting. Like, ooh, she's on a period. She's got the fucking shits.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff she was talking about is that, just before our periods, all our hormones are, at our lowest level. So we're not actually hormonal at all. We're just really fucking clear because we don't have the hormones, and we just won't stand for bullshit. That's all it is. We just know what we want. And we're just like, I don't have time for no shit. Fuck off. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
Yeah.
But just, really developing that awareness, because she said that when she got her first period, she felt joy. And it just hit me here. I was like, I've never experienced joy for that. It was massive. So that's my journey at the moment, to really dive into that.
Okay. I've got a friend who, when I first heard her speak about this, it was, the first time I'd heard someone speak in this manner, and it was liberating for me even just to hear a woman speak about how grateful she is for it, how beautiful she thinks of it, how she knows what cycle the moon's at because it aligns with her cycle, and how it's a part of her natural sort of part of biology, part of consciousness, part of the world, part of everything that is just cycling in, and she's a part of it. And it was just, she said a lot more eloquently than what I just did, but it was really amazing to listen to and to feel that level of gratitude and love for that aspect of herself as well. And for me, I've never personally been one to shy away from it, and I always love the tough conversations anyway, but it's always been something that I've sort of helped women in my life embrace and
Beautiful.
not feel awkward and squirmish around, and really, yeah, love that part of them. And it's, for me, it's just a natural part of anything else. And so to hear that from her, and now from obviously yourself, I think really needs to be shared a lot more.
There's a lot of work.
More as
There's
well.
a lot of work to do around that, because it is. And I remember, like, when I first got my period, I just burst into tears. I was like, I don't want this. Why is this happening to me? Like, and it was such a hidden thing, like, and the fear and the stress that comes with it. Like, I remember sitting in school and being like, and knowing my period was coming, and being too scared to stand up in case I had bled through my knickers and onto my clothes. Like, that's how scary I was. And I just think about that now, and I just go, fuck, like, how different that could have been. And it shouldn't be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. I shouldn't say shouldn't, but it doesn't have to be that way. Like, it's such a natural thing. No. So it's, it's definitely a
social stigma.
Yeah, exactly. And it's programming, all programming, definitely, in this society that we live in.
Is that the sort of stuff you work with? Yeah, fuck yeah. Is that what you work with your clients on, is really just reframing and restructuring their perceptions and their programs?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. So we, it's really kind of calling them and challenging them on the stories that they keep on repeat and they keep replaying. And I'm really big for radical self-responsibility. Like, that's what I'm really, really big on, because I believe that everything that we experience and everything that we do and everything we receive, all of it, everything we create is us. Like, that's us, and that's where we get to take responsibility. So it's very much about, like, I had a call with a client today, and just kind of pushing through, you know, she kept reverting back, talking to the, like, slipping into victim mode. And I'm like, stop, you know, you're choosing your pain. You're choosing your victim over going, well, fuck, what can I learn from this, and how can I step up? So it's really about learning, getting them to remember what's in here, and also like teaching them again how to hear their intuition, to then be able to really step fully into self-trust, because there's so many women out there that accept less than what they're worthy of because they're so afraid of actually not getting what they want. And I'm like, nah, girlfriend, you can get what you want. You can get exactly what you want.
Yeah.
But it's, really trusting that within themselves to be able to ask for that and then receive it. And that's the big one, receiving.
Yeah. I've been doing some work on receiving myself recently, and it's been amazing. Like, when you start actually tapping into your ability to receive, or the limitations of that, it's for me it was full on. So it's crazy. I was
so what does that look like for you? Where are you not receiving in your life?
Financially was one. Love has been one that I've been struggling with. Which is weird on one sense, because so what you were saying before about feeling so connected to yourself, like you don't need anyone or anything else, you're completely with yourself. I felt like I was at that point. I felt like I was there until I met this girl who I started dating a few months back, and then slipped straight back into my old cycles of separation, of neediness, of lack, of and it was crazy it was such a test. It was like the threshold guardian of the hero's journey, like testing me to see if I was really ready to be that and go there, and I fucking wasn't, and I failed, and I've had to go back to base camp, lick my fucking wounds. Well, failed to move forwards. Failed, and then moving forwards, you just chose
a
necessary step to success. Chose our pattern. Perfectly reframed. So it was is amazing to observe and to go through, and then to, like, I was just not ready, obviously, but choosing to express, to open up, to be myself again it's pretty full on.
So where are you at now?
It was an intense thing to go through. I'm at, well, remembering where I was before meeting her to start with, and then recognizing tests as they come up as well as that, and just every day just having new thought patterns, new belief systems that are coming up that were there from old being challenged, and just moment by moment implementing that new sense of self, and just saying fuck it in every moment, being myself, and feeling into what feels right for me, not trying to people please. Yeah, and just moment by moment practicing.
So what do you think made you kind of slip into old patterns?
I've only recently given up a lot of addictions, alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, food for a portion, sex is something now that I've abstained from for the next 3 months, agreed to. So just really learning to let go of those stimulants and things that I'd use to fill myself and cover up the true inner feelings and make myself feel loved in and accepted in the short term. And so when I connected with her, it was such a strong connection, and it filled my cup so much that I got scared of losing it and not having that. And so all I would do, I passed and let go of other things in order to hold on to that and be with that. And so I put that before my own passions and my own purpose. I put that before my own responsibilities, which is unattractive, and it come across as being, too much. Yeah. Too fast, too much,
do you think,
too soon. Yeah.
Like, do you feel possibly that it was your ego telling you that you were in a good space, rather than it being...
Oh yeah, for sure. Latching on to what felt good at the time. Yeah. Because I was in a pretty steep learning curve and steep level of growth in the last sort of 12 to 18 months. And that was something shiny and amazing to hold on to go, oh, things are really good and you're actually all right. Yeah. So it was a great cover.
Yeah.
For the ego to latch onto, for sure.
And then that kind of, that heart kind of connection to self maybe wasn't quite as strong as you believed it to be.
No, because it burnt really strong to start with, but because it was so fresh and hadn't had much challenge, hadn't gone through much adversity, it had a big fucking test thrown at it straight up. Because it was in proportion to how fast I'm absorbing information, challenging myself and learning and growing and changing my ways. It was in proportion to that. So like, I don't do things by halves, I do things by quadruples.
What star sign are you?
And so Gemini.
Ah, okay. I was going to say Capricorn because it's like me.
It is.
Like go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What is Capricorn after Gemini?
No, so I'm Capricorn's December to January. Okay. Beautiful, yeah. Beautiful. So definitely something to play with, hey? Dance with.
Yeah, it's just it's all about learning, and that's why I think I resonated so much with you, is because that's what you're emitting, is just that sense of being open, authentic, genuine, expression, self-expression. It's fucking awesome, and that's what I'm finding. The more I do, the more strength other people get from watching me as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm really learning too, is that the more I face off with my shit, like I'm great, like online and doing this kind of thing. I love it. I really thrive off it. Get me in front of like public public speaking in person, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
so another one of my intentions going into the weekend was to really face off with that, and I did it. So I don't know if you know, but we had a challenge to raise $50,000, and I knew that this was part of the weekend. It was the only thing I knew about the weekend, and I made a decision, like leading up to it, that the charity that I wanted to be supporting was the charity that I was going to fucking get. Like, that's the one that we were going to be raising money for. So I made that decision going into it. And I knew that in order for me to actually get that picked, I had to be the first person to grab the microphone and put that charity forward in front of 108 people. So I was just like, boom, straight in there. Like, I'm fucking here. I'm showing up. I'm facing off with this shit from the moment I enter that room. And that's exactly what I did. And what I love now is that we're almost at 60,000 K. Yeah, amazing. And
that's so good.
The reason that has happened is because I faced off with my fear. Had I not faced off with that, that never would have happened, or it would have happened for another charity, not for this incredible woman who really, really needed the support. So that was just like, wow, the power, the impact that we can have when we are willing to really go there and lean into those edges and face off with our limiting bullshit and take ourselves out of it. Like, fuck, who the fuck am I? Like, really, who the fuck am I?
Not about
us. It's about something so much bigger. And that was just an incredible lesson. And I ended up like singing in public as well. So I was just like, let's do this.
Did you really?
By the end, I'm standing up and I'm like, hey guys, how we going? Like, let's have a chat. Let's do this. It was awesome. So I'm just like, boom.
That's so good.
Yeah. It was working.
Yeah, wicked. Well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I received that.
I find it is really, really scary and painful and challenging, like before you take that leap of faith. But I think that's why we get rewarded so much for doing it in the impact of other people, is because there's always that balance. Like, the universe is always in balance. It's never out of balance. And when we bring that much pain to ourselves, when we face that much challenge, it has to equal out. And that's what brings such a massive impact on others, is by us facing our fears so others can have that power and that energy from it.
Absolutely. And there was something else that was brought up, was that resistance is strongest right before a breakthrough. Like, the more challenged you are by something is meaning that you are on the verge of a breakthrough. So fucking love that stuff. Like, play with that stuff, dance in that stuff. Don't be afraid 100%. Of it, because that means that there's something really freaking amazing coming, if you're willing to lean in.
Yeah. Stay there. So I'm a real analytic, and to get me down this personal development path and into spirituality, I really needed to deep dive into some facts and figures and some understanding before making that leap over to the sort of
the other side,
the non-duality of the other side. But one of the things that really helped me with this, in a sense, was that there was a guy, I forget his name, but he won a Nobel Prize for figuring out that the cells in our brain and in our body, they vibrate at such a high frequency when we're stressed, and that what happens when we have that pop and that breakthrough is they're actually vibrating at such a high frequency that they split, so they can settle down and calm down. And that's when you have that aha and you increase your intelligence. So if you learn speed reading right, you just keep going over the books time again, boom, 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 and eventually your mind will start looking at the pages like pictures instead of like a blur, and that's when the pop happens. And so that's these breakthroughs, what happens in our actual mind, boom, boom, boom. And when we stress out, when we're doing a Sudoku puzzle, we're trying to figure something out, we get stressed, we get headaches, and then we go for a walk, we have a cup of tea, we chill out, so we calm those cells out, so they're not vibrating so much, so such high. But then we don't get the breakthrough. Then we got to go back, we got to start again, and we got to do it. So it's like, the more you can literally keep yourself in that state of stress, the more likely you're going to be to have that breakthrough much, much, much quicker. So, for example, my coach, he learned over 8 months to speed read like a boss. And then once he figured it out and did that, he got his wife to do it in 24 hours, because he just like kept her in that state of perturbation, in that state of stress, until pop, and then done. Yeah, it's crazy.
Amazing.
So that's, a bit of knowledge for her.
Amazing.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
And helps to keep you in. Like my mum was talking about it today. She was trying to figure something out. She's like, oh, I've got to go do this. I'm like, Mum, you know that thing? She's like, okay, fine.
Ah,
It's
awesome. I
just, yeah,
freaking love
you got
that.
to keep it.
That's so cool. Because I'm
Yeah.
not analytical at all. I'm like,
So
oh, yeah, let's go with the
tell,
flow. So that's really cool to know. Like, I love that stuff, but it's not stuff that I would actually research. So I love it when that information comes to me. It's beautiful.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm learning to go with the flow a lot
Yeah,
more,
nice.
a lot
Yeah.
more, a lot more. Learning about the difference between the head and the heart,
Yeah.
about how much power the heart has compared to the mind, and it's liberating because your heart is binary. It's just it knows the way.
It sure
There's
does.
no confusion.
And everything that's done from the heart, just, it was like, that was one of our biggest takeaways from Raising the Money, was that every time we spoke from the heart, people just jumped on and were like, bang, bang, bang. Anytime it was from up here and like, give us money, give us money, give us money, it was just nothing. So yeah, it's a beautiful learning.
Yeah,
Very powerful.
such a easy thing to recognize when you have those two experiences as well. Like, all right, that felt like that. This felt like this, and they are clearly two completely separate things, because separate feelings, and you can attribute that to other things you do now in life. It's like, all right, I've experienced it now. I know when I'm feeling like I'm up here in my
Yeah.
head, and I know when I'm actually coming from the heart.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's profound.
Yeah. Huge. Game changer.
Game changer. Talk to me about some of the other stuff that you're doing with the women in your group, and the work that you're doing with people. I want to know more about
In
that.
regards to like how it looks or what I offer or what?
I think one of the things that piqued my interest was how you help women embody themselves, obviously, express themselves, and find their dream partners.
Yeah, so it's very much
I want to know about
we
that.
do. It's a lot of like, I'm quite cognitive. I love doing the cognitive stuff, but I'm really starting to step into more of the somatic stuff as well, and just really tapping into the.
Can you explain cognitive and somatic, the difference for people
Yep.
that
So
don't know?
cognitive is more in the mind, like really going in and creating new neural pathways and kind of changing the thought, the thinking mind stuff of it. Somatics is more about the body. So shifting the energy in your body to release trauma and heal wounds, etc. So yeah, it's amazing when you can actually pair the two together too, and that's my experience lately. I've been going really in on my own work, and like just tapping into things like dance and movement, but not like, oh yeah, I'm having a dance, but like wild fucking woman just like dropping right into here and moving. And there was a bit of dance on the weekend, and it was just like, it is probably the most incredible feeling to just feel that free, especially if you're naked, like just fucking take it off. And actually, like, I got to the point where I couldn't really hear the music anymore. I could feel it, but I couldn't really hear it. And I wasn't aware of anything that was actually going on around me because I was so in my body. And that's the thing, like, we are so up here and like functioning from up here that we forget that we've got this vessel that speaks to us so much. And when we can really drop into that. So breath is a big thing, like really dropping into your body and feeling from your stomach, from your gut, like gut feeling, guys, it's a thing. Like, it's a real thing. That's your intuition. So it's really guiding women back to knowing what that feels like to be out of here and back in here, so that they can actually start trusting themselves again. Because I think, from my experience, a lot of women have forgotten what that feels like, what that looks like. And it's a massive part of, especially self-love. Like, if you don't trust yourself enough to go, well, hang on a minute, my body's telling me something here that's not right, and then walking away, then that's an act of not self-love. Whereas if you can go, drop in and go, yeah, fuck, I love you. I know you. I trust you fully. You're telling me, like, this vessel is telling me, my heart space is telling me that there's something not right here. and I'm going to choose to trust that and walk away. And so often it's like what I said before, women meet men and they'll be like, oh, yeah, like he seems nice enough. I'll just try him on for size. And the body's going, no, fuck, no, no, no. Like there's nothing there. And it's telling them, but they're choosing because we're so disconnected. Like it's this and it's this. And we're so disconnected from that they just kind of go down this path and fall into something. And it's like, oh, well, everyone says that he's amazing. Like he's really good on paper, fucking all that bullshit. What's this telling you? So it's really about reconnecting women back to this so that they can start leading from this space and tapping into and trusting that.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, and when I've experienced this, like I used to be so up my head and I was like, I would meet guys and I'd be like, oh, well, I didn't get a great feeling about him, but he's really cute. You know, he's really interested in me. Like, maybe I should just like give it a go because he seems to really like me. And that was another thing. It's like, I never fucking choose. I never fucking chose. Never. I always allowed the men to choose me. Gary's the first guy I chose.
True.
Yeah. And that was a massive game changer. I'm like, fuck, I get to fucking choose. Yeah, massive. And so many women will relate to that. Yeah. But I know, like with Gary, when we matched online, because we actually matched on Tinder first, as you do when you just want a root. And I was scrolling through and I saw him and was like, okay. My body went stop, swipe. I think it was right for yes. I can't remember now. But my mind was like, oh, but he's not really like kind of what I like physically. And then I could see that he'd kind of cut out this girl, you know, an ex-girlfriend or something from his photo. And I scrolled through and I was like, no, my head was all going down, no. But I was so connected to my body and my being that I just went, oh, no, and swiped right as I'm saying no. And we matched. We got talking.
Of course.
And I wasn't actually doing the race that year. I'd done it the year before, but I'd intended to go down and meet him on the start. Go down and watch the start because I just fucking love it. And he was like, cool, well, message me when you get down there and I'll come and meet you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool, sweet. So I got down there and I was like, oh, nah, I'm not going to. Like my head's going, nah, fuck it, nah, I'm not going to do it. But I'm sitting there texting while I'm going, no, I'm not going to do it because my heart was leading. And I remember like I was standing at the and he responded because I was like, he's not going to have his phone on him. Like my mind's telling me all this shit, but my body's doing something else. Like it just had a mind of its own, a heart of its own. And I remember he responded and I was like, oh, fuck, okay, cool. And then he came to meet me and I was standing behind this, like by this tree. And I had my little dog at the time and I was looking down and I literally looked up. I locked eyes with him. And I just got this up my body. And I was just like, oh, fuck, here we go. Yeah. Like I just knew instantly. But that was because I was so connected to here.
Wow.
I had done that work to marry this back together. And I had more faith in this and more trust in this than what this was trying to tell me. Because I knew this was ego, trying to just keep me stuck, keep me safe. Oh, no, you can't go there. Yeah. Like, no, you don't want another man. Like, I'm like, no, fuck off. I'm just going to trust with this. And that was massive.
Fuck off. You can tell yourself to shut the fuck up.
Absolutely. All the time. I'm just like, I don't have time for this. Go away. Like, literally.
No, fuck off.
Shut the fuck up. So it's really, my mission is to get women back to that space where they fucking trust themselves and they can stand in that power, you know, and go and know that they don't have to settle for the next guy that comes along if it doesn't feel right, if their body is not telling them that it's right. They get to go no and trust that whatever is meant for them will come to them, but not have that fear of being alone forever, or because they're never going to feel alone again because they have themselves. I
think that's another thing that I'm sort of learning is that trust in yourself, but also trust in just everything, trust in the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, that everything's actually working in your favor. You don't need to push anything or force anything. And that just once you do put that trust in yourself and in everything else, follow it, take the lessons as the challenges come up.
Definitely.
Take responsibility. That vibration will attract exactly what you're saying. Though.
And everything happens for you. It's not happening to you. Hey?
Everyone, is it Gary you said he's your partner? Yeah. So you do that and it'll attract your Gary.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like
Yeah, but we and it's so fucking simple, guys. Like, seriously, it is so simple. Yeah, we complicate it with this. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, our minds are amazing when they're used to serve you.
Yeah.
You know, but what what seems to happen is that we get so believing and controlled by this, and we believe everything it tells us. And ego is designed, or ego is essentially there to keep us safe. It's amazing, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. But also, and so I've got to get fucking rid of that but word. And it's also and it's also the thing that really can limit us the most and prevent us from actually experiencing everything that's fucking available. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my understanding is we always get what we need. Maybe not what we want, but always get what we need. And so having this conversation, I can feel people maybe that know that I've just come out of a relationship and that know what it's like to be in that space where you've just come out of a relationship, or you haven't been in one for a long time and wondering why or what's going on, and doubting yourself. And that's exactly the time when you're getting exactly what you need. You need to learn to love yourself.
And that's the
you need
time
to learn to let go of your desires.
Absolutely. And that's the time to go in, not seeking. Because I was massive, like a relationship would break up and I'm like, right, where's the next guy? Like, I need this validation. I need this external validation to make me feel worthy and make me feel loved and make me feel like I'm good enough, you know. I need a man to tell me I'm beautiful, to feel like I'm worthy of anything. So it was, and so many people are like that. Like, one ends and it's like, oh, I can't handle this pain. I don't know how to process this. I don't know how to deal with these emotions. That it's like, okay, just jump into bed with the next person. Oh, the easiest way to get over someone is to get under with someone else. It's like, no, that's the most damaging thing you can do.
That's exactly why that's exactly why I've done this 3 months of abstinence.
Yeah, good on you.
And because that's what I'll go to. I would just go, no, fuck it. I'm going to the next one.
Are you abstaining from?
Fuck it out of my system.
Are you abstaining from masturbation as well, or just sex? The whole lot.
Yeah,
amazing.
Everything. Yeah.
Like, man, you're like, your energy is just going to be fucking incredible. Harnessing that sexual energy.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Like, learning to direct it, learning to recognize when it arises, and then being able to literally channel it into my chosen activity, whatever it is that I'm doing, whatever my purpose is that I'm following right for that moment and in that day. And it's really cool. Like, it's already been, what is it, the 27th? It's been a month, almost a month.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and it's recognizable. I've got ridiculous amounts of sexual tension and energy, and on a normal day. So it's been a really interesting month, and 2 more to go. So,
have you found it easier than you expected it to be, or harder? Did you have any expectations around it, or was it just like, I'll roll with whatever?
I'm at a point now, I basically do what the fuck I want, and that's what I say to people. I quit smoking and drinking on the same day, just over a year ago now. A month or 2 ago, I fasted for the first time. I did it for 12 days without too many worries.
Awesome.
A couple other things, but it's just at this point where I like the thought of being an example for people and proving people wrong, and just surpassing people's bullshit excuses for not doing stuff. That when I say I'm going to do something, it's just that's what's going to happen. So people ask, like, are you ever going to drink again or smoke again or this or that? And I just say, like, I never quit anything. I always do whatever the fuck I want to do. I do what I want.
Just choosing something
and
different.
I don't want to drink right now. I don't. Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And
so
you're allowed to change your mind as well.
Hard.
You're a fucking human. Like, stop putting so many fucking rules on ourselves.
Yeah.
There are no fucking rules. Like, this is a massive thing. There are no rules. You get to
There's
decide.
no right or wrong.
Society's like fucking feeding us so much bullshit. Like, oh God, don't even get me started on this. It's like, seriously, guys, you get to choose. Hey.
We can catch up for another chat at another date, and we can get deep dive into that.
You can just fuck this shit off. Like, seriously. And I'm like, I'm a fuck the rules person. I get to choose what's right for me and what I believe in. Obviously, you have to obey certain rules, like don't speed and don't kill people. Like that's just kind of general common sense and being a decent human.
Just don't get caught.
Oi. Oh, sure, yeah. But yeah, it's like, guys, like seriously, we are fed so much bullshit that you don't actually have to listen to. You can actually make up your own mind. You're allowed to do that.
No. That's it, yeah. I've made a Facebook group called The Rule Breakers.
Nice.
Because it's always a mischievous one, but I've figured out how to break the rules now in a resourceful and a sustainable way, which is essentially just breaking the rules of living a shitty, ordinary life, which most people are doing. And like I said, being that leader, being extravagant, being out of the box, and breaking the rules of living a shitty, ordinary life.
Absolutely. And question everything. Like, and this is the thing, like a massive thing that dropped in for me is that there was one person that just stood up one day and said, this is how it's going to be around men and sex or women and sex or periods, who made this decision that, it's going to be a hidden thing or whatever it is, whatever this rule is that we believe now to be true. And everyone just went, okay, cool, let's make that the rule. And it's like, well, actually, I didn't make that decision. So that's not okay for me. And I'm choosing something different. Bye-bye. Like it's that crazy. It was one person. So why don't we all stand up and just go, well, actually, this is my rule. Come along if you want. Like we get to choose,
That's it. Yeah, that's
Massive.
it. Bringing your power back.
Yeah, absolutely. And not just being led. Like, yeah, anyway, that's a conversation for a whole other time. Otherwise, I'm just going to like go there.
It's a deep one. Yeah. No, that's all right. And I'd like to go there as well.
Yeah, cool.
Actually, I think probably that's somewhere we might go on one of the calls later on this week with a guy called John McKenzie, who he runs business up in Darwin, and he is ruthless when it comes to talking about governments, corporations, religions, bigger, the ruling elite and the suppression and the power that they hold over society. So that's going to be interesting, and I'd love to get your take on it as well, maybe at a later date.
Yeah, awesome. I'll tune in for that. When are you speaking to him?
Wednesday night.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. Beautiful.
Yeah. Can you share with everyone what you're doing, what you offer, things that you can, ways that they can find you, to reach out to you, ways that the problems you solve, things you can help people with, and how you're changing the world.
Woo! This is exciting. So, everyone, I am running my first love retreat in Byron Bay, February 14th. So if you are single and you don't want to do that whole Valentine's Day lovey schmovey stuff by yourself, 2 nights, 3 days, it's going to be epic. We are going in, we are going deep, and you are going to walk out transformed. So that's amazing. I'm super fucking pumped for that. And also I have an online program that I run as well, which is a group program that, it's like a 6-week program, and it's amazing. So I also have a Facebook page, Love Unleashed.
Very cool.
And just come and say, hey, I'm open. I'm fucking open.
Come join the party. I love it. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing, turning up when you got some scratchy shit in your eye and feeling like shit. Mate. That's fucking awesome. I know you've had a big weekend.
Oh, dude, like seriously, it's been incredible. I don't know what it is. Like, I've flushed it out. I've done everything. It's just this thing that's like sitting right here. It's just like scratch. Hoping it's going to be gone tomorrow. Anyone got any ideas what it could be? Like, help me out. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
No.
Get Greg to lick it.
Hey?
Lick an eyeball.
Lick an eyeball. Lovely.
Thanks for hanging out. It's been awesome chatting, and actually having some time to catch up and meet properly face to face.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me on. Beautiful. Really enjoyed it.
No, my pleasure. Absolutely. We'll catch up soon, no doubt. And guys, thanks for joining us and hanging out with me and Nicola. Really appreciate you guys. And fill your cup, fill yourself with love, be yourself, express yourself, and the world will be a better place for it.
Absolutely. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Love you all.
Love you guys. Bye. See ya.